Hello and welcome to this lecture on accessibility features for Android and Apple. My name is Rachel and I'm an occupational therapy student at Rush University. The main audience for this lecture is employees and volunteers that support their local community members in obtaining housing, medical care, and social services. I hope that this lecture will be useful to you and I look forward to receiving your feedback. Now let's get started. In the slides here and in the description of this YouTube video, there are 2 links. Please complete this very short questionnaire labeled Pre-Lecture Poll. There will be similar questionnaire at the end to track changes in your understanding of the content. This is not for a peer-reviewed study, but only for my own learning about how I can improve this lecture for future use. It is a completely voluntary poll. Please pause the video until everyone has finished answering the poll. This is our lesson plan for today. We will be learning how to navigate accessibility features in general and learning about some specific features that may be handy for certain clients or even yourself. At the end, I will also share insight into how to support clients in obtaining a smartphone if they do not already have one. Please keep in mind that there are dozens of accessibility features and adaptations not covered in this material. Smartphone technology is changing constantly, and this video will likely be outdated in a year or 2. The purpose of this lecture is less about learning about specific features and more about learning about how to look for accessibility features in general. For example, the next time you meet a client who has a hard time seeing what is on their phone screen due to low vision, my hope is that by the end of this lecture, you will feel comfortable with searching their phone for features that may help them use their phone more easily. So what does it mean to be accessible anyway? Merriam-Webster defines accessibility as anything that is easily used or accessed by people with disabilities, or adapted for use by people with disabilities. Think of all the abilities that you have that make it easy for you to use your phone. You can use your thumb and fingers to navigate through your phone, and you can see what you're doing on it, and you can hear people when they're talking to you on the phone. What about people with low vision, low dexterity, or hearing impairments? What is it important for people with disabilities to access their phones? Why is it important for the homeless population to have cell phones? Pause the video and brainstorm together some ideas as to why it is important to have accessibility features on smartphones. I have listed here some common answers to this question. Yours may be similar or different. There are no wrong answers. The point is that there are many reasons why we and our homeless community members rely so heavily on smartphones. All right, now let's get into it. Please take out your cell phone now and find your Settings app. I have a picture of what it may look like up on the screen. Pause the video while everyone finds their Settings app and click on it. Great. Now that we all have found our Settings app, please find the Accessibility section. Pictured here on the left is what it might look like for many cell phone users. Your screen may look different. When you find the Accessibility section, click on it and just take in what you see. You will likely see something similar to what is on the right side of the screen, a section for visibility, hearing, and dexterity, or physical and motor enhancements, as well as advanced settings. Please pause the video here while everyone navigates to their accessibility features settings. Please help each other if you are watching this as a group. This is where you will find the majority of accessibility features, and this is where I recommend looking first if you are helping a client that has a different type of smartphone than you. Most smartphones are organized in a similar kind of way. iPhone users may have noticed, for example, that instead of a section for visual enhancements, they have a section for visual features. But they can be used for the same purpose and have most of the same features. Great. Now that we have our bearings, we can start reviewing some examples of features. You're welcome to practice using them or just find them in your phone and move on. The first one has a few different names depending on your phone. TalkBack or VoiceOver are text-to-speech features, which will read any text on your phone aloud and will also tell you where you are on your phone. This is for people with very low vision. When they tap on an app, the phone will say the name of the app, but will not open it. The user will need to tap the app 2 to 3 times to open the app, and then the phone will read whatever text is visible on the screen next. This is not under visual enhancements for audiovisual, but in the main accessibility section near the top of the screen. Please find it now and help each other. Pause the video until everyone has found it. Next is magnification for Android users. It is found under visibility enhancements, and it is controlled by using 2 fingers to zoom in and out or 3 fingers to move the magnified orange box around the screen. This is for viewing small text or images on your phone screen. iPhones do have magnification, but they're referring to using your camera to see your surroundings more closely, rather than zooming in on your phone screen, which is also useful. On the next slide, I will show you pictures of what your screen may look like when you are finding the magnification feature. Next is changing the font size of text on your phone. It is also in the visibility enhancements or visual section. When you find it, you will be able to customize how large the font on your phone is. This changes the size of the font for all text on the phone except for web pages. Changing the font size is easier to do. It is a set it and forget it feature compared to the magnification, which is difficult to learn how to use and turn on and off. If you have the time, please pause the video and play around with these features and get comfortable showing someone else how to find and use them. On the left side of the screen, you can see what it might look like to find the magnification feature on a smartphone that is not made by Apple. There are also instructions on the screen as to how to use it. On the right is what your screen may look like when changing the font size. Font size can be changed from either the visual section of accessibility or font size and style under display settings. Next are some examples of features for people with hearing impairments. The first one is live caption, which is a feature for both Android and Apple phones, but finding these features are very different on each type of phone. For iPhone users, live caption can be found in the accessibility settings for hearing impairments, similar to the features we have seen so far. For Android users, you will need to hold down the lower volume key. When you hold down the lower volume key, you may see an icon similar to what I have pictured here. Tap on that icon to make the slash go away, and the feature will now be on. With live caption, all audio on your phone will be captioned. This includes everything from phone calls to YouTube videos to news reports on web pages. This is a feature I use myself sometimes when I want to watch a video, but I do not want to turn up the volume. Next are flash notifications or LED flash alerts. Android users will find this under accessibility settings and then the advanced settings. iPhone users will also navigate to accessibility features, then tap on hearing, then tap on audiovisual, and it will be one of the options. This feature will make your phone's flashlight light up and flash when you receive calls or texts. This is for people who cannot hear their phone ring or vibrate, or who want to keep their phone on silent due to sensory preferences. This last feature here is for adapting the sound on your phone to best match your hearing abilities. You can choose to base it on your age or take a hearing test right there in your phone. It will adjust frequencies to make it easier for you to hear videos or a phone call. Android users will find this under hearing impairments. Unfortunately, iPhone does not have this feature as of this recording. Here are examples of what your screen may look like for Android users looking for a flash notification on the left, and for iPhone users looking for LED flash alerts on the right. Please pause the video and help each other find these features. iPhone users do not have the Adapt Sound feature, but they do have sound recognition, which is a feature for people who need assistance hearing for important sounds in their environment, such as doorbells, sirens, or smoke alarms. iPhone users will find this in the hearing section of accessibility features. Android phones do not have this feature at the time of this recording. For individuals who have amputations of the thumb or fingers, or are unable to control the movement of their hands, they may find it difficult to use their hands to navigate the phone. iPhone users can automatically end calls by using the side key. Android users can turn on the ability to use the side or volume key to end calls by going to Accessibility, then to the Interaction and Dexterity section, then to Answering and Ending Calls. To use your voice to control all functions on your phone, you can use voice access or voice control, depending on which phone you have. iPhone users will find voice control in the physical and motor section in their accessibility features. Android users will also find this feature in accessibility, but may need to download the voice access app before use. I do not recommend trying these out now, as both require an extensive tutorial to set up. If you are interested in using the feature, just tap on the feature or the app, and the phone will walk you through the tutorial. So at this point, we have covered several examples of accessibility features that you can use or teach your clients to use. But what if your client doesn't already have a phone? Fortunately, in the state of Illinois, the government has a program which pays for smartphones for anyone already receiving government benefits. If your client receives disability, SNAP, or Social Security payments, they're eligible for a free smartphone with prepaid data for 1 year. To sign up your client, use your own phone or a computer to fill out the online application for any of the companies listed here. Q-Link Wireless, Assurance Wireless, and Life Wireless are some examples. Try Googling free government phone Illinois, and these will be among the first websites that show up. And that brings us to the end of this lecture. Thank you for participating. Please fill out the post-lecture poll linked here or in the description below. I appreciate your feedback. Thank you.